All right, guys, I'm back. It's May 22nd, and I got 4 players that I absolutely love for us to incorporate into some player props. But before we get into it, what do we got to do? You know what we got to do. We got to recap yesterday. I think we had a successful day. We'll get into it. Bobby Witt Jr., he hits 2 home runs and knocks in a single. And Tucker says, I'll do it too. So he hits 2 home runs in his game. William Contreras doubles and singles. I was like, oh man, this is absolutely amazing. All right, then the last 3, Shohei Ohtani doubled and singled. And I wish you could have let one of those other guys steal one of your hits because they both didn't get a hit. I couldn't believe it. One of them got a hit. We would have been 7-2 on the night, but we were 6-3. I mean, I don't know. It's 6-3, whatever the hell that is. Unfortunately, man, unbelievable. I guess it's a relatively successful night, unless you had some players that didn't hit. There was 4. We went 4-1 with the players that met that extra criteria, and then the players that were just the baseline criteria, we were 2-2. So a lot of times I've been finding a lot of these players hitting that extra criteria, and I should just think about just playing them because we went at 4-1 tonight. Like I said, 2-2 with the standard way of evaluating the players. So, all right, let's recap the season. All right, recapping the season of the last 148 batters that I suggested on the channel. We've correctly predicted 110 of them of the last 148. This was the baseline prediction just to record a hit. So you can also say it. We correctly hit 110 of them and unsuccessfully missed on 38 for 74% winning clip. Pretty darn good. All right, and then when I introduced this new criteria that it added to how we were selecting players, we went 4-1 last night. So now we've correctly hit 49 of the last 60 batters with this new, more stringent, if you will, criteria where they had to meet some more specifications that would hopefully enhance our winning percentage, and it has greatly. And for today, I have 4 plays, and 3 of the plays, and I'll let you know which 3 they are, fall under this extra criteria that is just absolutely amazing. 49 correctly predicted players record a hit, and just 11 misses in the last 60. Consider tipping. And do I need to tell you guys, I don't ever want any money. I know you hear it all the time. But you know why I got to say that? Because we got new subscribers every day. We're gaining a ton of them. And we just hit 900 subscribers on the channel. Absolutely amazing. And I said we did because this is our channel. And it's you guys that are showing the freaking love, hitting that like button 80 freaking times yesterday. That's pushing this out. And other people doing it, and they're saying, hey, I kind of like this too. And like I said, we're getting an influx of subscribers. It's absolutely amazing. So like I said, it's all because of you guys. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. This has been absolutely a joy to do this. I don't even realize how many hours of the day go by when I'm doing this research because I'm loving it so much. And the results been amazing. And I do this for all of us. And like I said, all I ever ask for is to hit that like button is the only payment. And let's get right to these freaking awesome plays for today. All right, first matchup, it's the Big Bear, Marcel Ozuna of the Atlanta Braves, taking on Justin Steele. When you look at Justin Steele's pitch usage percentage, his top ball he throws is the four-seam fastball, and he throws it at about 62% of the time. He's giving up a 273 batting average. I'm liking that. And Ozuna all season long gets the four-seam fastball, hits it at a 429 batting average. Absolutely love this opportunity. When you look at the next ball that he throws, Steele, at 29%, it's the slider. He's commanding it pretty well. He's only giving it up at a 208 batting average, but Ozuna's does really well against the slider at 286 batting average on the season. And the next pitch, he only throws it 4% of the time. So is he ever going to see this one? If he does, he's throwing that one, and he's giving up a 500 batting average, and Ozuna's hitting that pitch, the cutter, at a 333 rate on the season. Ballpark Pal has this listed as a moderate advantage for Ozuna. Actually made a mistake. That should say extreme advantage for Ozuna. I did not update that slide correctly, and Ozuna represents the worst 1 percentile of possible matchups for Justin Steele. He's been on fire all season long. He's recorded at least one hit in 36 of his last 43 games. Ozuna versus left-handed pitchers in the last 14 days is hitting nearly 400 of a batting average against left-handed pitchers. His barrel rate is in the elite range. His ISO rate's in the elite range. So you know what that tells me? Barrel rate is how well you contact the ball. ISO rate is how much power you have when you're contacting the ball. And that tells me he is a home run threat. Does that mean I'm going to play him for a home run? Not necessarily. I have to look into it a little closer, but I'm just saying he is the type of player that can hit a home run. He also is a player that is has a high opportunity to hit for extra bases. So the over 1.5 total bases is definitely in play. But as always, the baseline prediction is just to record a hit. And I want to say that Ozuna falls under this extra criteria that's hitting at that 82% hit rate. And the next two players are as well. And the last player is not, but I'll get into it a little bit later. So let's move on to the next matchup. All right, next matchup, Shohei Ohtani versus Ryan Nelson. And look at Nelson's pitch usage percentage. He throws a four-seam fastball at 51% of the time on average, and the thing that I love the most is he's not commanding this pitch very well, or any of his pitches very well. This one is his best one, which is not that good. He's giving up a 340 batting average. Absolutely nasty. There's a great opportunity for Ohtani to really take advantage of this matchup today, as he's hitting the four-seam fastball at a 347 batting average. Moving on to the next pitch, to 22% of the time, Nelson's throwing the cutter, and he's giving that up at a 378 batting average. Absolutely horrible. You can see Ohtani's a little light on that cutter. He's only hitting it at a 190 batting average, but I think that's okay. When you move on to the next pitch, 12% the changeup, Nelson's giving that one up at a 450 batting average. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. Ohtani's hitting the changeup all season long at a 368 rate or batting average. Ballpark Pal has this listed as an extreme advantage for Ohtani. He represents the worst 1 percentile of possible matchups for Nelson. Ohtani's recorded at least one hit in 38 of the last 47 games. In the last 14 days against left-handed pitchers, Ohtani has a batting average of 379. Absolutely amazing. His barrel rate is in the elite range. His ISO rate's in the elite range. He's a home run threat. No kidding. We know that. Shohei Ohtani. He has the power for extra bases, so the over 1.5 total bases is definitely in play. But as always, the baseline prediction is just to record a hit. And again, Ohtani is the second player of the four today that I have that meets that extra criteria, that's hitting at an even better rate than just the regular way of evaluating the players. So let's move on to the next matchup. All right, before we get into this matchup, let me quickly say the last player, Shohei Ohtani, that I suggested just now, plays for the LA Dodgers. I know that in the comments, a lot of you guys are saying, I don't really know baseball that well, so I really need to know the player's name and the team that he's playing for. So I just wanted to reiterate, Shohei Ohtani, the last player, plays for the LA Dodgers, just like this player right here, Mookie Betts. He plays for the LA Dodgers too. And what does that mean? That means they're going against the same pitcher. I just talked about how Reed Nelson, his pitch arsenal, his pitch usage, and how he doesn't command his pitches very well. This is a great opportunity for Mookie Betts also. He's hitting all these pitches very well. The four-seam fastball, he's hitting .333 batting average on the season. He's hitting the cutter at 500. And the changeup at a 250 clip, if you will. So this is a great opportunity also for Mookie Betts. Ballpark Pal has him listed as an extreme advantage over, Reed Nelson. He represents the worst 1 percentile of possible matchups. He's recorded at least one hit in 37 of his last 49 games. That's Mookie Betts. He's hitting almost 300 batting average versus right-handed pitchers in the last 14 days. He's heating up. His barrel rate's a little low. His ISO rate's a little low, like it's been all season long, which is fine because we're not going to play him for a home run. He's a low home run threat. But I do think the over 1.5 total bases is in play if you really wanted to do that. He's the kind of player that he can double and he can hit multiple hits. But as always, the baseline prediction is just to record a hit. So these last three players that I just spoke about, these three right here fit into the extra criteria that's hitting at that higher rate to record a hit. And this last player that I'm going to get to now does not qualify. So these first three are the higher probability plays. And this last one falls under the regular, still good plays at hitting at 74%. But when I get to it, I think you'll understand why I like this one also. So let's get right to it. All right, in this last matchup, it's Kyle Tucker of the Houston Astros. I love this opportunity right here versus Tyler Anderson. When you look at the pitch usage percentage for Anderson, he throws the four-seam fastball at 41% of the time. He commands his pitch very well. He's only giving up a .227 batting average. And he basically is pretty good at all three of these pitches. Is the reason why he doesn't fit, this matchup doesn't fit in that extra criteria range, but I think there's some other things going on that make me just as excited about this one. So when you look at what Tucker's doing against the four-seam fastball, he's crushing it at a .333 batting average. The next pitch, 35% the changeup. Anderson's only giving that up at a .181 batting average, but Tucker against a changeup all season long is killing it at 600 batting average. Then the cutter, he throws about 18% of the time. He's only giving that up at a .167 batting average. Again, it's pretty good. And Tucker's only hitting that one at a .118 rate. But I want to highlight that it seems like Tucker has Tyler Anderson's number. In the last 3 years, he's had 7 at-bats. Okay, and he hit 6 times of the 7, and one of them was a home run. So I think he sees his pitches well. And Ballpark Pal has his listed as an extreme advantage for Tucker. He represents the worst 2 percentile of possible matchups for Anderson. We know Kyle Tucker. He's in the running for MVP right now. He's absolutely having an amazing season. He hits 2 home runs yesterday. I don't even remember how the hell a home run leader is. I think it might be him. It's just all these home runs are happening like left and right by so many players. He's recorded at least one hit in 23 of his last 29 games. In the last 14 days, a .283 batting average versus left-handed pitchers. His barrel rate is right there, almost in the elite range. His ISO rate is in the elite range. Is he a home run threat? What the hell do you think? He hit 2 home runs yesterday. You don't think he could do it today? Of course, he's a home run threat, and he has the power for extra base hits. So the over 1.5 total bases is in play. But as always, the baseline prediction is to at least record a hit. There you go. 4 players that absolutely love are great opportunities for us to incorporate in some player props, whatever way you like to do it. If you're a parlay player, there you go. You could put 2 of these or more of them together. If you're a round robin player, if you just like playing the individual plays, the over 1.5 total bases is something to look at. If you're a kind of person who likes to bet the hits, runs, RBIs, there's so many ways to play these. It's just up to you and what you feel comfortable, and what type of bet you like to bet. So there you go. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.